Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Put your dukes up. What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Do you
Hello.
do
Who
you want to
you?
fight? Do you want to fight?
Finish him. So, hi everybody. We are
I haven't
your.
watched it yet.
I haven't either. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're your brothers in arms. Welcome back to our weekly podcast. My name is Patrick. I'm the oldest of the three. The dude over there with the only hat on tonight. That's Greg. Hi, Greg. Good to see you, buddy.
Hi.
Hi. And then our youngest, Alex with the fish tank. He is Aquaman. Hey, buddy.
Aquaman.
Do you prefer Aquaman or Namor?
We'll go with Aquaman.
Go with Aquaman. Good choice. Very good choice. That's interesting because I mean he's the only one that has a movie out of the two of them right now. But
Not wrong.
not wrong. Yeah.
I mean, we got that little spoiler in the middle of Endgame.
Means nothing. Means nothing.
It was an earthquake.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But hi everybody. We're your brothers in arms. We're three brothers from the same mother and father. It is Sunday, May 30th, 9:21 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. And this is our weekly podcast. This is episode 71. And we are just thrilled to be together. Guys, I was super close to you guys this weekend, and I know, and we didn't capitalize on it, but there is a story behind all of it, so I promise. We'll get into that in just a moment. But welcome everybody. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're hanging out with us this week. You can catch us right now live on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. I typically post on our Twitter page when we're about to jump on. So if you're not following us there, you can find us at Your BIA Podcast. That's on Twitter. And this week I posted something to the effect of, is it legal to look this good? And then I had a little gif of the guy, Finn from Tangled, doing his Smolder. Greg, yeah. Perfect. So you can also watch us
There it
live
is.
on Twitch, or you can follow us on YouTube as well, and you can catch the past episode. But Greg Smolder is worth this episode alone. So
Why
my
I can do that so well, I have no idea.
my heart, man, my heart. Like I can't take it. I can't take it. But yes. So thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here. This is our chance to check in with each other, make sure each of us are doing well. Catch up on the craziness of the week. It seems like all of my craziness was this weekend, fellas, but I'll wait for my turn to talk about all that. And yeah, we'll get right into things. So, gentlemen, how are you feeling? You feeling good? Feeling good in the neighborhood? No, not you, Alex. Sorry, buddy.
Oh no.
It's been a good, bad week.
Good, bad.
It's been both.
Yeah. So indifferent or just everything?
I've had it's the best of times, it was the worst of times.
I got you. Sure.
Okay. Tale of two cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Alex, you want me to go first real quick?
Sure. I'll bring everybody down in the middle.
Oh.
All right. So it's been good in some ways. For starters, I've definitely gotten to have some fun. So Brandy's here right now.
Uh-huh.
Went to dinner last night. Went to dinner this evening specifically. We went and checked out a new place. It was not a place that I would normally go. It was a saloon.
A saloon, like with
Yeah.
spittoons on the floor and stuff like that.
No, so
Ding!
it's literally the name of the place is Cowboy Jack's, and it is your cat has something stuck to its butt.
That would be its tail.
No, it's not its tail. It was black and maybe it was the cord. It looked weird.
Does your cat dingleberries?
Your cat has something off its butt. Scooter. But no, so
Squirrel.
we went to a place, went to check out a place that I normally, would not go to. And definitely and it's a biker crowd. And more specifically, like when I say biker crowd, like I would not want to be there after 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Like it definitely had the vibe of like this place has regular fights, and
No way.
yeah, not somewhere that
Wow.
we would, that I personally would want to
I got
go
you.
to on a regular basis. But definitely was really fun people watching. We saw some very interesting individuals. Um, but then
Okay.
after that, so as we were pulling into this place, I look over and I see this. It was called the Reclaim Video and the Reclaim Arcade. I was like, well, that looks interesting. I wonder what that is. So we finish eating, and I'm like, let's go check it out. Like, I kind of want to see. It says arcade, so it could be one of two things, and I'm hoping it's not the other one. Um,
Adult arcade?
yeah.
Yeah, we don't need
So
that.
no, we don't need. We're not going there. So we walk in, and boys, this place was awesome.
Really?
So it was a $15 flat fee, and they gave me a discount. But you pay a flat fee, and they had probably about 60 arcade machines and about 15 pinball machines. And you walked in,
What
and
era?
it
What
kind
age?
everything between, like, I would say, like, most of them were probably like 70s, 80s,
Oh, wow.
and then there's a couple 90s machines. Nothing newer than 90s. Everything was older.
So nothing
But
more than old Mortal Kombat or the first couple Street Fighters.
nope. They had Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
They had the old X-Men arcade.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Galaga, Pac-Man 2, or Miss Pac-Man, um, Donkey Kong Jr. Uh, oh gosh, not Pole Position. What was the other game that was just like Pole Position? Um, you remember that one?
Joust?
No, 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 no. It was the car. It was the car one where you have to drive around the maze and collect little checkered flags
Oh, I'm thinking
without getting.
Cruising USA, but no.
No, 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 no. But they had Wipeout, or not Wipeout. What was that game called?
Burnout.
Um, Burnout. Yeah, there you go. They had Burnout. So they just had this smattering of classic arcade games, and it was all free play.
That's pretty sweet. So
So you
$15 for the day?
$15, and you can play as long as they're open. You can play as long as you want.
That's not bad.
So yeah, no, definitely got my money's worth.
Is there like,
Played.
can you eat in there too, or like, do they have a?
They've got some snacks.
They got beer.
So like popcorn, no alcohol, unfortunately. But popcorn. They had a popcorn machine. They had some other stuff, but like so you walk in, and the first room is just like floor to ceiling VHSs, and it felt like you were in an old school like mom and pop video rental store.
Uh-huh.
And then you walked into the next room, and I've got pictures, and I'll have to send them to you.
Yeah.
You walk into the next room, and it felt like you were in a 90s, or excuse me, an 80s living room with the old CRT TV, with the big wooden uh built-in like entertainment center,
Yeah.
with an Atari 5200 hooked up to it. The old school couch,
Wow.
the old school couch that looked like I felt like I had stepped back into mom and dad's house from the late 80s, early 90s. It was trippy.
That's cool.
Um and they had this thing set up, and there was like a family in there when I first walked in, then when we walked in, and they're sitting around I felt like I was walking into their living room, and they were sitting there playing Adventure on this Atari
Oh
5200.
my goodness,
And
that's
I was
cool.
like, okay, this is cool. And then you
Yeah.
walk into the next room, and it's literally just this giant room full of arcade machines, and we played the mess out of it.
Nice.
Um, there you go. Seeing some pictures. So it was really stinking cool.
That's
So
cool.
so that was fun. But then, you know, the bad side of the week, I we've been getting ready. We've got some business coming up. So we've been working hard getting stuff ready for, you know, commitments over the next couple weeks.
It's a business.
And
Business.
business. And Friday afternoon, so we had finished, so we had gotten everything. Like literally, I've done so many inspections in the last 2 weeks that I'm just like I'm like, all right, I'm ready for a break. I mean, you know, we have been turning wrenches nonstop for the last 2 weeks straight, which is wild because we haven't had that many commitments up until this point. Well,
Well,
one of the other shops decides that everything is a rush and they're not paying attention, and they messed up 2 aircraft,
Oh no.
like broke thing,
Oh no.
and it was our stuff. So starting Friday afternoon, and we started tearing 2 planes apart all afternoon Friday. Night crew took over Friday night. And then I went in Saturday and I worked all day Saturday to get these
Uh
aircraft put back together. They're fixed now.
hold on, all day.
Yeah, from like we worked we worked, oh gosh,
here it comes.
6 in the morning until, I don't know, 1600. Yeah, I know that's nothing compared to you, boy. It's all
I'll just
right.
say I called you when I got out on Saturday, and you was
I know,
already
and
at
I
the
was
bar.
I yes, I had gotten out of work.
Oh,
Um
just saying.
so yeah, so
All day.
it was just it was definitely frustrating. But we got things done. And so, things are taken care of. Still have some other commitments work-wise this weekend, unfortunately, but that's
Same.
just the way it is. But so like I said, good, bad. I had some really good barbecue on Friday.
Nice.
Several of the Marines. There was a barbecue competition. Several of the Marines competed for like best barbecue in the squadron.
What?
Yeah, they started barbecuing on Thursday night and worked. Like they spent the night at the hangar and worked through the night. Yeah, I mean, when you're doing a brisket, Alex, you know this.
Yep.
When you're doing a brisket, it can be, you know, 15 hours from start to finish to do it.
Depends on how big.
And hmm
One of the last ones that
they
I
did.
did that was like 13 pounds. It took me 17 hours.
Yeah.
A 13-pound brisket?
It's feeding a lot of people.
Dude, there's some newborn babies that are smaller than
Yep.
that.
Disregard Greg.
But it's
Yeah.
really good when it's
That-
done.
That's a big baby.
Oh, he's a whopper.
He's a whopper.
But the thing I got a kick out of, Alex, and this is one of those little memory lane things I was talking about to Brandy. Um, do you remember,
Yes.
Patrick? I don't think you went. No, of course you do. I don't remember how often you went, or if you remember it. Do you remember when Mom was on that bowling league?
Yes.
I remember when I was in a bowling league.
So Mom was in a bowling league when we lived in Loudonville,
Okay.
and we used to go to the bowling alley on, I don't remember, whatever night it was during the
Monday
week.
nights.
Alex remembers, of course. So we used to go to bowling alley on Monday night. And I don't remember if she gave us money or if we begged money or whatever, but we would always try to get quarters. And we would go into the arcade there at the bowling alley and we would play pinball and we would play whatever else we could for as long as we could on what like we get, 1 or 2 quarters, and we would see how long we could last on that 1 or 2 quarters. And I remember that like it was yesterday. I don't remember what we played. I remember we played pinball. I think there was a Terminator machine in there. I don't remember what else there was. But we used to play the mess out of some arcade games. And it sticks in my head. I remember that so vividly. Going to that bowling alley almost every week during the season and playing pinball game and playing arcade game. And so when we went to that arcade this evening, I walked in and I was waiting for the sound of a of
A
you
strike.
know, a strike, you know? So it was
What
fun.
do you all remember the hills in? It was a shopping center. It was a department store in Mansfield, and that hills had the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stand up analog with 2 buttons, jump and attack.
The 4-player one.
The 4-player
Yeah.
one, and you stood at which one you wanted to play, whether you wanted to play Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, or Michelangelo. I hated playing Michelangelo because his reach was so short. I loved playing either Leonardo or Donatello, and yeah, that I remember begging for quarters for that one and playing as long as possible. It was a big deal to get to the fly boss in the sewer level. But yeah, that's my remembrance of
They
of
they
those.
had they had NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Oh,
And if
that's the
you
one where
guys
you can like he's on fire
He's on fire
yeah.
from downtown.
From downtown. Whoop, there it is. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, that one.
I love that game. I forgot how much fun that game is to play. The arcade is just as good, if not better. I mean, I don't know because I don't remember who had it on Sega Genesis. Yep, you had. That's right. You did have it on Sega, didn't you?
Yep.
I remember playing that game on Sega Genesis, and so like to play the arcade version, which is just as good.
Oh yeah.
Because that's where it got ported from.
You
Was
should
like
Google cheat codes and punch them in on that and see what happens. I bet you could find some cheat codes for that and have, big heads or tiny ball or yeah.
I remember
Fuck.
you could play as Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I mean, the cheat codes are out there somewhere, man. I mean, with the access to the internet in your pocket, come on, man. That's
next
awesome.
next time I will. We're gonna go back. I
That's cool.
definitely
So
will.
is it close?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes from the house. It's just up the
Okay.
road.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. Next
It's
time I'm up.
yeah, no, it's off of exit. And like I said, the price wasn't, yeah, it's a little steep. If 12, I think we paid $13, $13 a piece.
But if you're gonna go in there for at least an hour, you've paid
No,
for
yeah, no,
15
you
or
you've
15
you've
bucks. You've
$15.
earned,
You've
yeah.
made your you
Yeah.
paid.
Can you bring drinks in and stuff? Like, can you bring in
Yeah,
a soda or
yeah,
whatever? Psh,
yeah. Actually,
yeah.
a lot of the machines, like especially the pinball machines, actually have cup holders on the sides,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can set your drink down while you're playing.
That's a too easy. That's a too easy 2 hour. So, yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool.
So, and it
Awesome.
wasn't crazy busy. There was a decent amount of people in there, but it wasn't nuts. No, I'll definitely be back. It was a lot of fun. Most of the machines were in pretty good shape. There were a few of them that needed some TLC.
Sure.
I tried playing. They had Mario, a Nintendo Punch Out machine, the arcade version of Punch Out. If you've ever
Really?
seen, yeah,
No, I've never seen a cabinet version.
yeah. So the Punch Out that we remember playing on Nintendo actually started on the NES,
Yeah.
on the NES, actually started as an arcade machine.
What?
And it was kind of a big deal because it was a dual screen. So there was the bottom screen that you played on, and then there was a top screen that showed like the game itself. It actually was created. There's a gaming historian, I think, did a video on it, if I remember correctly. And it was really cool. Um but the controllers, the joystick had definitely seen better days. It was sticky.
Mm.
Um, I was definitely struggling. It didn't the spring had worn out, so it didn't pop back to center like it should.
Oh, yeah.
So I was fighting with it the whole time. Again, they're free play.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not like I was, oh no, I just wasted a quarter. It was more of, oh man, I wasted, 5 minutes of my
5
time,
minutes,
and
right.
I was a little frustrated, so I moved on.
Okay.
Um, but by and large, I mean they had so like the Rally X, that's the game. So Rally X, but the Rally so we played Rally X, and it was brother, it was a cocktail cabinet.
Oh, cool. Where you sit down.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And they have a couple of them. So got to sit down at a cocktail cabinet, and again, the nostalgia memories were
Oh,
just like
yeah. Of Miss
flooding back.
Pac-Man?
Well, yeah, more specifically, the one that uh
Aunt Nancy and Uncle Dave.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Nancy and Uncle David had downstairs in the basement that
Miss Pac-Man.
actually I think Uncle Jeff either bought one, or it's the same one. He's got it downstairs in his house.
I think it's his. I think it's the same one. I think it's the same cabinet.
And so to sit down at that cabinet, cocktail cabinet, and play some,
Yeah.
again, it wasn't Pac-Man, it was Rally X, but to play that facing each other, and it was so fun because again, as you're playing that one, um, as it as it becomes your turn, the screen flips.
Yeah.
So now
Right.
it's facing you, and then it
Right.
faces them, and you can watch back and forth. Oh man,
That's cool.
classy.
That's cool. Good times, man. Glad you had a good one.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Alex, give us your sad.
Yeah, let's give the lowdown, man. What you got?
I've been on the boat all week,
Oh,
quite literally. So,
I'm on a boat.
oh, dude, it's bad.
Everybody look at me because I'm
So-
sailing on a boat.
As he turns his
As
camera.
as he turns his camera off, everybody look at
I'm
me.
on a boat.
His camera goes off.
Everybody look at me because I'm sailing on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Mm-mm.
So
I didn't do
anyway,
it. I did it. I didn't do it.
so we recorded last Saturday, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
I had duty on Sunday,
Right.
and then Sunday rolled right into Monday because
Oh.
obviously I didn't get to go home.
Because that's how the calendar goes.
In fact, it does.
Huh.
On most weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I went through the rest of the week. Liz and Caroline left. They went to Claire's wedding, which was today.
Yay.
It was earlier
Happy
this
wedding
afternoon.
day. Bells will be ringing. Ah.
Yeah. So now they're on their way to Disney World, which is kind of fun. Claire and her husband now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just got married. Where are you going?
We're
Oh,
going-
Disney World.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So they left, but quite literally every day this week I've just been at the boat. Right?
Yeah.
There has been nothing. Today was the first and only day in about 2 weeks that I've had off.
No.
No joke. And then, duty tomorrow. The rest of the week, working again on Saturday. And then we start fast cruise the week after. So I'm gonna be stuck on the boat. Um, I'm not in a good place, guys. This stinks, like a lot.
I can imagine.
So I'm trying to find the silver linings in it, and I found a couple. While I was stuck there for 5 hours, not doing anything. No joke. Literally, we were there just to sit there. Um, got to play a little bit of Magic. It was nice. That is literally the only highlight of my week.
Sorry, buddy.
It happens.
Yeah, but apparently you rolled some face in Magic.
Yeah, Patrick, I went from a whiteboard in 2 turns to swinging for 56.
Goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That's all I got. Yep.
No joke, man. The way that thing works, like, you get big quick.
Hey, yep.
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 And then I got stuff that's coming in the mail.
Yep.
That will make it go faster.
It's hot.
Yep. Hang on just a second.
Hang on.
Y'all go ahead and keep talking. Hang on.
Okay, we're just gonna keep on talking.
Sorry, hang on a second.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
he just got replaced with a mushroom head. Mushroom
Hi, Toad.
head. Hi, Toad.
So Patrick, what do you mean you were down close and you didn't say anything? WTF,
Well,
mate.
buddy, I know. I'm sorry. We were at camp this weekend.
Oh.
Yep, we were at camp because it was officers' family camp. So we brought our children. We had a neighbor here who was very kind to watch our dog while we were gone. And so we drove up on Friday and got there just before dinner and got to do some fishing, which was nice. Caught a few on Friday. Saturday, though, the weather turned gross.
Yeah, it was kind of yucky all weekend down
It
here.
was nasty. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we went from middle of the week, we hit 90, 91, 92 in Parkersburg. And on Saturday, the high was like 54 with a wind that just cut through you. Like, I had a toboggan on, two hoodies, pair of jeans, and high top boots, and I was still freezing. But it was a great weekend. Loved the leadership who put it on. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Thank you. But they, get this, fellas,
You're welcome.
they rented axe throwing and a mobile escape room. The escape room was in a pull behind trailer that probably could fit a full size car in it. And you walk in, and I'm not joking, fellas. The ambiance of this trailer was impressive. If you want to look them up, I think they're out of they're out of Maryland somewhere. Because it was Odyssey Axe Throwing and Odyssey Escape Room.
Oh,
but
so
yeah,
it's the same company.
same company brought two different things. So Philip and I got to throw axes, and Julia went with her friends into the escape room, and Philip and I went into the escape room, and we got out. It's a 7-minute escape room. So it has a timer. And if you don't escape within the 7 minutes, then you failed. And Philip and I escaped with 2 minutes to spare. So it was fun. It was very, very cool.
I noticed you didn't say if Julia got out or not.
I think she did. I think she did, but she went in with like an army of friends who who went in there with her. So she had like 7 people in there while it was just me and Philip. So I think they
Nice.
just started pulling on everything. And it came out. But yeah, that was great. Did some more fishing on Saturday. And then my wife got really ill.
Oh.
Yeah, like very ill. And so the rest of the evening into this morning and all the way home today, she was just pitiful. God bless her. She was pitiful. She actually, we got home about 7 o'clock, and she's already been in bed since like 7:30. So yeah, she's not feeling good. Not feeling good at all. But huge shout out to Maryland State Patrolman. I don't remember his name, but gentlemen, I was pulled over for the first time in all of my officership
Yes.
in the state of Maryland.
How fast were
So
you going?
I'm in the left lane. I set my cruise control, gentlemen. I set my cruise control at 77. Okay. I'm in a
Got it.
70 mile per hour. So I'm already speeding. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. But I set it at 77. And Maryland, I'm on I-68, and I-68 is like this. So you climb and you reach a peak of one of these hills, and it tells you that you're 1,256 feet above sea level. And then you come down the other side, and then you go up another one, and now you're at 1652, and then you come down and anyways. So when you're on 68, you're in Maryland, and then you're in the hump of West Virginia, then you're back into the footy of Maryland, and then you're in West Virginia proper. Well, I just got off of 71. I was on 68. I'm cruising along. Carrie is like, she's asleep beside me in the passenger seat. Philip is watching something on his phone behind me, and Julia, I think, was also asleep. And I'm in the left-hand lane, and we crest this hill, and we start coming back down, and I see him. And I'm like, okay. So I hit my turn signal because I'm in the left lane. I hit my turn signal to the right to get on over, and I turn the cruise control off. Well, when I turn the cruise control off, I notice my speed, and my speed is crested 80. So I'm watching my mirrors because I know, and once you pass one, you just got to be ready. And sure enough, he pulls out after I pass him. I'm thinking, well, there was this red truck that was flying behind me. Maybe he got him. So I'm over in the right hand lane, and sure enough, he comes over and he turns on the cherries and berries. Thinking, great. Just great.
Here
So
we go.
I haven't reached the bottom of this hill yet. So I turn on my flashers. I get over far enough to where my right tires are on the embankment, but far enough that he can walk on up. Put the car in park, get my wallet out. I already have my ID. Carrie, I said, Carrie, I need you to get this stuff. I'm getting pulled over. So she's pulling out insurance and registration and everything else. Roll down my window, keep my hands on the steering wheel. The officer walks up, and he gives me this line that, guys, I can't even like register what he's saying until he gets to. So he tells me how he tracked my speed, and it was something. It was like this long, whatever he said. But he said, I got you doing 82 and a 70. All right, officer. I thank you very much. Here's my license. Here's the insurance. Here's the registration. He said, "Is this the address you're living at?" "Yes, sir. This is I still live at that address." He said, "All right, I'll be right back." So he goes back to his SUV squad car, and my flashers are on, and Julia's freaking out in the back seat. God bless her. She's all anxious, and she's like all the way up here, like, "Baby, it's okay. It's all right. He got me for speeding. It's okay. It's all right." And Philip was like, "Dad, I know you set your speed control at whatever. There's no way he got you doing that." I was like, "Bud, you don't argue. You don't argue. You let them tell you what you did, and you go from there." And Carrie was like, "You did everything right. You're fine." I was like, "I know. It's okay. It's all right." So he comes back to the window, and I see him in my side view mirror, and he's got a bunch of papers in his hand, more than what I sent him with. I'm thinking, great. I either got a ticket or, something's coming with this. And he comes up and he says, "I'm giving you a written warning. It's not going to take any points off your license. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Drive safe." "Officer, thank you so much. Take care." And I turn off my flashers, check my side, hit the turn signal, and I'm off. And I set my cruise at 70 miles an hour until I'm out of the beautiful state of Maryland and West Virginia. so,
And then you floored it.
I'm sorry?
And then you floored it.
I didn't floor it. No, I did. Well, just to get up with traffic. But anyways, so all that to say, to the state trooper from Maryland, thank you very much for your leniency and the warning. The pamphlet though that he gave me with this thing. So the printout is probably this big, right? And
Right.
it's got what I did, what he did, and all that information. So I'm now in Maryland's data bank for being pulled over by a state trooper. Great. Now I gotta really be careful, because the next time if I get pulled over again in the state of Maryland, I don't think I'm gonna get that leniency again. But anyways, other than other than that, he gave me this printout, and then the pamphlet was a trifold, and the trifold was, "This is what you should expect, and this is what you should do when you get pulled over by a state trooper." And I don't have it in my hand right now, fellas. I should, as a visual for you guys, but it's chock full of some pretty interesting information. So yeah.
Can you give us? Can you give us? Can you give us an example, real quick?
Oh, so I didn't know that when you get pulled over, not only are you supposed to turn on your flashers, but you're also supposed to completely turn your car off.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
And if it's dark outside, you should turn all your interior lights on as well.
Correct. Yes, I knew that, but I didn't know that you were supposed to turn your car completely off. So that kind of information was in this pamphlet. And I was just like, I didn't know that. We all should know that. And we shouldn't have to learn that, or we shouldn't have to be exposed to that when we're getting pulled over. Like, this should be something that, and don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, we have a father who's a police officer for 16, 17 years.
17 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we recognize these things. We understand what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to do it and the respect that they deserve and all of this. Don't get me wrong. But there are some things like, I didn't realize that. Greg, you didn't realize that. Alex,
No.
you had an inkling to it. Alex did. So
I've
those
been pulled
kind of
over enough
things.
times with Liz.
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
man.
Well, and see, the automated house isn't there to refutate any of those claims. So
No.
I got you.
She's currently driving, so if she's listening, slow down.
Slow down. But yeah, so it was definitely an experience. I'm glad that it happened with my kids in the car, because it's a learning experience. I hope for them. Also, just an opportunity for them not to, lose their cool over those moments. Yeah, and also don't argue with them. Don't argue with them. If you think it's wrong, then go to court. But don't argue with the officer. They're doing their job. They're there to keep you safe. So there you go. And thank you, sir, for not giving me a ticket. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So there you go.
Word.
That was my weekend in a nutshell. Fantastic. But tomorrow. Tomorrow I get the day off. I don't know about you guys. No? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get the day off tomorrow for Memorial Day. God be with those families and friends who have lost loved ones. God bless you.
I hate that holiday.
But I get the day off tomorrow from regular office work. So we're gonna sleep tonight. Hopefully my wife will sleep a little bit better. And then tomorrow I get to do some yard work, which is going to be great.
Yay!
Yeah, well, here's the thing, boys. Yard work for me is therapeutic because I get to mow a line and then mow another line right beside it. And when I put all those lines together and it finishes the yard, gentlemen, I have completed a task. And for my head and my heart to see something done and complete that I have put my hand to really does something for my mentality, my heart. May I heard is Mental Health Month. And it's kind of sad that we're just now talking about it when the first is on Tuesday of June. But yeah, so to be able to complete a task is a huge deal for me. Because in ministry, I don't often see the fruit of labor. I don't often like my reward. I recognize this, and for those who may be listening and are in the faith and recognize it too, my reward is not this side of heaven. My reward is in heaven. But when you work day after day after day after day and you don't see anything accomplished from it, it can really wear you down. And so it's good to do the menial tasks. Like I do laundry for our family. The kids do their own, thank God, because ugh. But I do carry in my laundry because I know I can wash a load, dry a load, and fold a load, and I've completed a task, and that's a big deal for me. So I know I'm robbing some thunder here, Greg, of your question, so I apologize. But it's important that you do something, each of us, but that all that are here in this, that you do something that you feel accomplished at, that you feel like you have done something, that you've completed something, um, and maybe that's taking a nap. Maybe that's
You
yeah.
can't go wrong with a good nap.
Oh, I feel so much better now. Maybe it's in my case mowing the lawn or doing a little laundry or making a meal. Whatever it is that you can step back and go, I did that. And for me, that helps my head and my heart. So there you go. That's my ministry moment of this podcast. So
Good one.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Which
we
question,
want a
Greg?
question. All right, this one's kind of fun. So I want to see where your guys' minds are at. Patrick, we've talked in the past. We played a little game there for a while there where you're quizzing Alex and I about like weird piece like trivia questions.
Right.
So my question to you guys is this: what is the most interesting or weird piece of trivia that you actually know? Like Alex, I know you probably got something. Patrick, what about you? Do you have a piece of trivia or in like a weird piece of information, historical or otherwise, that you're like something that you know off the top of your head?
Yeah. Yeah. So in the Bible, we all recognize that Jesus is from
The Middle East.
Middle East. Okay. More specific, I'm looking for a town.
Bethlehem.
Beth.
Bethlehem, you say?
Well, he was born in Bethlehem,
So
but
Jesus of
he's not
Nazareth.
from there. Yeah, he's from Nazareth
He's
because
from Nazareth.
they
Okay.
traveled to Bethlehem for the census.
Good job. Excellent. Hey, Bible school.
Yeah, I remember this.
But if you look in scripture, Mark actually says that Jesus calls Capernaum his hometown. So there you go. Jesus was from Nazareth. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, but he called his home Capernaum.
Did not know that.
Ta-da.
Alex, what is your weird piece of or funny, interesting piece of trivia that you know?
I got to think of one that's actually, recording appropriate. Hang on.
Family channel.
Yeah. My state of mind this week has not been appropriate.
Oh.
Sorry.
He's computing. Still computing.
Oh no, I've got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah. So this is one that probably a lot of people kind of know, or at least have figured it out and not even realized it. But all of the snow that they used in The Wizard of Oz was actually asbestos.
What?
It was an old Hollywood trick, because some of it was in black and white, and then, you go into color and all these other things. Asbestos was white in the color, and it looked really white in black and white. So if you see snow in like older time movies, more often than not, it was asbestos.
We represent the Lollipop Gang.
And that's the reason why there's only 3 of those guys left.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
not cool, man. Oh.
Debbie Downer for the win. Oh man, I introduced one of my coworkers to that the other day this week. The
Asbestos?
no, not asbestos. The
Oh.
Debbie Downer from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
Downer. I hardly knew her.
Ah.
All right, you guys ready to have your minds blown?
Ready.
Sure.
Send it.
I had to pull this up because I want to make sure that I explain it.
Cheater,
So you're
pumpkin
looking
eater.
up on
No,
your
no,
own
no.
question.
You had to know it.
Uh-huh.
Know it.
I know it, but it's a long one, so
Literally, my phone
it's
is
easier.
only playing this.
All right.
Only.
Hi, us.
Hi, us.
Okay.
Hi,
So,
past us.
gentlemen, do you know what
The Muffin Man?
the standard? No, not the Muffin Man.
Who lives
What
on
is
Strawberry Lane?
what is the standard distance of U.S. railroads?
Standard distance?
Yeah. So
Like
between
all of them put together?
No, between the two tracks. How far? What is the standard width of railroad tracks in the United States?
3.5
Width
feet.
or length?
Width.
3.5
How-
feet.
Close. 4 feet 8.5 inches.
Why?
This is where it gets fun. So the standard distance between the standard distance between the two rails of a railroad track is 4 feet 8.5 inches. What does that have to do with space exploration?
It's a railroad.
Right. So when we built railroads, the 4 feet 8.5 inches comes from England. The English, so because obviously, some of the early Americans that came here, they immigrated from the UK. They built their railroads were 4 feet 8.5 inches wide. That's where the standard comes from for us. But it gets better. The reason why they did that is because wagon wheels were spaced exactly 4 feet 8.5 inches wide. But now the question comes to be, why did they build wagon wheels 4 feet 8.5 inches in width? That actually comes from the Romans. The Romans built chariots, their war chariots. When they built their war chariots, that was the distance that they settled on. And the reason why they settled on that was because the width of two horses side by side is roughly 4 feet 8.5 inches. Now, this is where it gets really fun. What does it have to do with space? So, when we started getting ready to go to space, the solid booster rockets that were designed to be able to launch the space station were built in Utah. And the only way that they could get them from Utah to the actual, where we launched them into space was via a railroad. So the engineers that designed the solid rocket boosters had to build them to that specification. They couldn't be wider than 4 feet 8.5 inches in width so that they would fit on a train to go from Utah to Texas, where they were launched into space. So space exploration here in the United States was all based on the width of 2 horses' butts from Rome.
Two horse boats. 2 horse butts from Rome. That got you.
Ah, yeah.
I know it's a little long, but the first time I heard that, I laughed so hard because wow, the most advanced designs in the world. You know, we built rockets to go into space, and they were all based on the width of a horse's butt.
2
horses' butts
2 horses butts.
side by side.
That was nice,
So,
man.
so
Thanks.
there's no, I did not know he was from what was it, Copernicus?
Capernaum. No, you made him Roman. Copernicus.
Capernaum.
Charge. Capernaum. Yeah. So I heard a joke this weekend. This one goes to Joe. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mama. Got it.
Bah! So Joe told this joke this weekend. So, what did Pharaoh say to his wife when they farted in bed at the same time?
Oh, but I want to hear it.
We made Tutankhamun. Yes. Alex is still asleep from the horses.
I honestly thought it was going to be a Passover thing.
Oh, that's good too. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
So time flies like an arrow.
Yeah.
Fruit flies like a banana.
You're right.
It's true.
Did you hear about the? There's another Joe joke. Joe joke.
Go joke.
Joe joke. Did you hear about the? Never mind.
Bad?
No, I can't get it straight in my head.
Every time I try to take my dog to the park, the ducks try to bite him.
Why?
Well, that's what I get for buying a purebred dog.
Purebred. Brr. 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 Hey, what can you catch but cannot throw?
A cold?
A cold. Bah, ba-doom.
So I used to run a dating service for chickens.
It was called Tender?
No, I was struggling to make hens meet.
My clothes were having a competition to decide which one is the coolest. It ended up being a tie. Meh.
Tie.
Hey, I took a job as the head of the old McDonald's farm. I'm the CIEIO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why are elevator jokes so good?
They never let you down.
No, they work on many levels.
Yeah.
Meh.
Ah.
Meh.
Ah. Ah.
What do you what, what do you call a man with a rubber toe?
I don't know.
Rubber toe.
Ah.
Meh.
Ah. Ah.
I call my horse Mayo.
He neighs.
And sometimes Mayo neighs.
Mayonnaise.
Alex is getting tired.
No. I'm good. Y'all
What's the
just aren't
difference?
funny.
What's the difference? What is the difference between a hippo and a Zippo?
One's a little lighter.
One is very heavy. The other is a little lighter.
Still sharp, boys. Still sharp.
What do you call a caveman who likes to wander aimlessly?
I don't know what.
A Neanderthal.
You know, I have a joke about immortality.
Yeah?
It never gets old.
Ah.
Y'all are no fun.
2 sausages in a pan. Sausage 1. Oh man, it's hot in here. Sausage 2. Ah! A talking sausage.
I've heard that one with muffins in the oven.
Ah.
It's actually the joke that my 9th grade English teacher.
Ah!
Yeah, that was his icebreaker for meeting all of us. Or sorry, 10th grade. Mr.
Nice.
DeWitt.
You know, I had a joke about Nirvana, but never mind.
Dun, 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 dun.
I said maybe.
With all these marbles in my mouth.
My father was a conjoined twin. His brother was my uncle on my father's side once removed.
Gosh.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Funny.
I'll give you that one.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
What would the Terminator be called in his retirement?
I don't know.
The Exterminator.
The X
Exterminator.
Terminator? Uh,
The Exterminator.
yeah.
Ah. I ain't got much else.
Ah.
Thank you.
Last one. I'm a fisherman, and I'm dating a mermaid. I met her online.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Greg, you got a closer?
Why is the color green notoriously single?
Because it makes everybody else envious?
It was always so jaded.
So jaded. Oh, poor green. Poor green. Green is my favorite color.
I still, this one still makes me laugh. What's brown and sticky?
A stick.
A stick. It's so stupid. It's awesome.
Oh, steak.
A stick.
A stick.
Honey steak. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our podcast for this week. I believe you've had a good time.
Definitely.
I know I have. Yeah, Alex fell asleep a couple times, but that's all right.
That was just a long explanation, man.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot. You got to stick with me when I'm telling it. But
I will never forget 4 feet 8.5 inches. 4 feet 8.5 inches.
the width of a horse's butt, 2 horses' butts,
Thank you.
directly relates to why the rocket boosters that sent those first men and satellites into space here in the United States are the width they are.
Alex is just shaking his head.
2 feet 4 inches and a quarter of an inch, right? Look at that, and then tell me that's how wide a horse is.
4 feet 8. 4 feet 8.
It's 2. You ever been on a horse?
See.
Remember how big a horse was?
I'm just having a hard time imagining. That's how big a rocket booster is?
It's a little bit wider than that, but yes.
I'm 6 foot. And that's how big my wingspan is. So I'm pulling it in.
Here, I'll read it out real quick.
No, no.
Oh no! Don't do that. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
don't do it.
Just a short. So solid rocket boosters were made by Thiokol at a factory in Utah. The engineers who designed them might have preferred to make them a bit fatter, but they had to be shipped by train from the factory to the launch site. The factory ran through a tunnel in the mountains. The SRBs had to fit through that tunnel. The tunnel was slightly wider than the railroad track, and the track is about as wide as 2 horses' behinds. So a major design feature of what is arguably the world's most advanced transportation system was originally determined by the width of a horse's ass. Alex is asleep. Sorry, boyo. Dropping some knowledge on you. Use that one at work. Useless, stupid knowledge that's really entertaining. Drop mic. Psh.
They will
It's all
take
big.
my boots.
Take your boots.
Long story.
Take your boots.
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
No.
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
I will get thrown summarily from whatever room I'm in if I try and do that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Shit thanks my tractors.
Sexy.
Really,
It really turns her on.
on.
It's a good song. Actually, I heard that just the other day. All right.
All right. Yeah. So this is episode 71, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. My name is Patrick. That guy over there is Greg, and Alex, of course, the one who pushes the button every week for us. Thanks, buddy.
Anytime.
You're too kind.
You're the
This
man.
is episode 71 of Brothers in Arms podcast. You can find us again on Twitter at yourBIA podcast. You're going to find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. And you can find us on YouTube, all of our past episodes, all the way back to episode 15 of our visual faces, because it took us 15 episodes to finally figure out, hey, it'd be good to see each other. So,
Well, we saw each other.
Yeah, we did.
When we started recording.
We just
yeah,
recorded with
we were
Greg.
good.
Oh, you're right.
But now everyone else could see us too.
You're right. Oh, aren't you so? You're so blessed.
Not just a hat rack.
Smolder.
What's in your face, Twitch? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Patrick's nose just did it. I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
It's all about the eyebrows.
I can't lift up the middles without. Wait, hold on.
I don't know why I can do that.
It's impressive. It really is. I can lift one. Okay, this is tail spinning too quickly. I'm sorry.
Blue steel.
Oh,
It's beautiful. All right.
Magnum.
Parting remarks, Greg.
As always, drink water, change socks, take Motrin.
Boom. More power to you, Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is a holiday.
Mm.
It is a federal holiday, right? But it is a holiday nonetheless. The reason for that holiday is the important part of it. So, thinking about it, there are 3 major holidays for us in the armed forces, right? There's Armed Forces Day for the guys who are still wearing their uniforms. There's Veterans Day for the guys who, no longer wear that uniform. And then there's Memorial Day for the guys that never got to take that uniform off. I'm going to be honest with y'all, that's my least favorite holiday. Just these 2 gentlemen know for reasons that don't need to be said on here. I hate that holiday.
Yep.
So, if you have family members, like all of us do, that are in fact in the military, give them a hug. Tell them thank you. But remember that tomorrow, it's not really that day.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that, Alex. Appreciate it, bud. We love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Get some rest. Check in so nobody checks out. And yeah, be there for each other. Love you guys. Have a fantastic week. We will talk at you. I think next week. I think that's the plan.
I'm free on Sunday.
Sweet. So
Score.
next Sunday. Sounds like a plan. All right then. Well, bye everybody.
Love you, brother.
I love you too, guys. Have a good one. Get some rest, and we'll talk soon.
Definitely. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. I'm Fat Man. Bye.
Where are the other drugs going?